What is up, everybody? And thank you so much for joining us today on Megabit Misfits. This is a brand new episode, and we hope you enjoy it. On today's episode, we are discussing more Nintendo Switch 2 news. Plus, we are discussing Ubisoft lawsuits, whatever the hell's going on there. Plus, we're discussing Palword and why they hate the name Pokémon with guns. Plus, Viture Pro XR Glasses. Cue the music, please. What is going on, everybody? I am Mr. ReyRey, your main host, and this is my other host, Leeboy XP. What's going on, Leeboy?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. ReyRey?
I'm good. We are unfortunately missing someone.
Man down.
Man down. That's right. He is. He's paying the bills. Everybody. He's paying the bills. Mr. Rav is at work right now, and we are recording like at 2 a.m. So the man is doing his thing. Rav, we see you in the next episode. Hey. Okay, my friend.
Shout out to Rav.
Yes, sir. Mr. Leeboy.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to say thank you so much for being the co-host of this great show, Mr. Rav. Thank you too much. Also, thank you to Mr. Rav for initiating this whole process.
Yes, sir. We're doing well. We're doing well for ourselves. We're doing well.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty well.
I noticed some of our videos and our reels are getting a couple hundred views. A few of the reels, a couple thousand views. So thank you, everybody out there, so much for supporting. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share anything that you like about us. And also make suggestions in the comments below, stuff that you want to know about, you want us to talk about. Any questions, let us know, and we'll try to get to you directly in the next episode or episodes down the line. Okay.
Yeah, make sure you guys hit the comment section, get in there and start leaving us some comments, because we're going to start displaying and putting it up here, talking about your comments and whatnot. So please hit that comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the videos to everybody, and check us out on social media. But definitely hit that comment section. And y'all getting skimpy on them likes. Y'all getting them. You better hit that like button. All right now.
And the bell notifications.
Oh, yeah, you got to hit that bell notification, because how you know we're going to post videos? Every Monday
it's extremely
at
important.
3 p.m.
Every Monday, 3 p.m. That's 3 right, p.m. New episodes.
All
so,
right.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We are in this episode. Let's talk about this. More Nintendo Switch 2 news. So the last episode, we had an entire discussion about it with our good friend Eli BX Born. Also follow him on his socials, Eli BX Born, and every social imaginable. He's somewhere. He's there. He's everywhere.
Right.
So follow him, please. But we had an interesting discussion about when Nintendo revealed the Switch 2, and a lot of aspects about it. A lot of
features,
when it's coming out,
what's coming to the game, pricing, all kind of stuff we talked about. So if you didn't check out that video, go check out our previous video, and we're talking about the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yes, but apparently the Switch 2 news train keeps on chugging because things keep popping up, and we're like, okay, we're looking. See, this is the thing, guys. We try to look for a lot of different information based on gaming and anything related to gaming that we think is interesting. And all three of us have different tastes. All three of us have different points of views, different likes, different dislikes. And the thing is that everywhere we went, it was like 95% Nintendo Switch 2 drama, this, drama, that, price, this, price, that, was that, change can, blah, 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 blah. So, Mr. Lee, what is going on with more Nintendo Switch 2 news?
Man, where do we start? How about we start with a game that everybody likes, Zelda, a game that you ain't play. Okay, a game that you haven't played, but again, Zelda is a hot title. What's up?
Wait, before we go, because I know I said this before. I apologize to the gaming community. I have never played a Zelda game. Okay.
Right now, Zelda is a game that a lot of fans love. Zelda is, man, such diehard fans. I people to Triforce tattoos on their bodies and stuff like that. You know you hardcore for something when you get a tattoo of it. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Random, totally random. Who's Zelda?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh boy, no. They're going to get you in the comment section, and I'm all for it. Anyway, here's my thing. I used to call the main character Zelda when the main character's name is Link. Zelda is the princess, right? I
know that. Zelda,
right.
Yeah. Zelda's the princess.
We'll talk. Listen, we'll get to that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Nintendo news. Stay on topic. Rav,
so
stay
Zelda,
on topic. Got you.
The Breath of the Wild. They
Okay.
have an enhanced version for the Nintendo Switch 2, right?
Oh, awesome.
Right. So here's the thing, though. If you don't have the game already, you're going to be paying for that version of the game for Nintendo Switch 2 at $70, right? Which is $10 more than what it was on the original Switch. So you're paying $10 more, right? Then on top of that, of that, if you want the DLC, so now you're paying the $10 extra to play the enhanced version of this game, which is more than the original game.
Okay. Yes. Enhanced version of what you
right. So you're paying $10 more.
Okay.
You're paying it at the higher $10 bracket, and the $10 extra does not cover DLC. The DLC, after paying $70, is an additional $20. So if you want the full experience on the Nintendo Switch 2 for the new, not even new, but for the enhanced version of Breath of the Wild Zelda, you're paying $90. I think the $20 on top of the initial game, they should have had a DLC come with it. Or at least have that $10 before the DLC. Because if you're just paying for the enhanced version of the game, okay, but $90 for the full experience of the game? I don't know. It's a little steep for me. Wow, that inhale you got going on over there.
Yeah, it's because like games right now, especially Nintendo, especially when Nintendo dropped this news,
they're the hot topic right now, bro. Hot topic.
And not to get into anything specific, but the way things are, the
landscape
overall, it's getting more and more difficult to justify spending on games. And mind you, excuse me, being a gamer, as every other gamer on Earth has, we have 100 plus games in a backlog somewhere, right?
So most gamers do. Most gamers got a backlog. That's true.
Yeah. So we buy games, whether it's physical copy or digital copy. We buy, we purchase these things because we tend to get to them later if we can. But then new stuff keeps popping up and we keep purchasing it. So now Zelda, being a game that everybody loved when it released, now what, like a few years back, right? How old is this particular Zelda game?
This Zelda game was before. This is in the Nintendo Switch 1 lifetime, and it was before their latest Zelda game, which is Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, all right. So roughly a couple years back, this game. And I remember this game. Everyone was talking about this game because it looked beautiful. It was fun to play. The mechanics, the open world, very creative. And I remember seeing clips and seeing videos, and I'm like, damn, I would love to play that. Never got to it because life. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had my money went elsewhere. But if you already own a copy of this for Nintendo Switch, the first one,
right,
and they want to give you an enhanced version, is it building on the base of the original one that you already have? Or is it like a whole new thing that you like? No, wait. You guys said before the Switch 2 is backwards compatible. So if you already own the old copy,
right?
So you can play it.
You can play the enhanced version, unless I got that wrong. Maybe somebody in the comment section will correct me. But it seemed like if you already own it, you should be good. All right, how you doing, folks? This is Lee Boy from the Editing Future, letting you know that if you already own Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch 1, if you want to upgrade to the enhanced Nintendo Switch 2 version of that game, Nintendo is going to charge you $10. I don't know how you feel about that. Let us know in the comment section. Back to the program. they might make you pay maybe a little bit for the enhanced. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think,
but not $70.
Yo, no, not the $70. Nah.
Because I figure if you already bought the original game at the old prices, which was I don't even know the old prices of the Switch games. I apologize. I'm assuming $40-$50 for the Switch 1 games on a regular. I'm not sure. But if you already purchased the first game and you're gonna play the same game on the next Switch, going crazy here for a second. If you're in the same game on the next Switch, why would it be charged so much? I understand an extra $30 overall for like an enhanced version, but that enhanced version has to include the DLC, not
it should
enhanced version and then DLC. It should give you everything in one shot. Like a bundle deal, which Nintendo loves their bundle deals. But I think that's overpriced, man. That's the long way of saying it's overpriced.
Okay.
I know it's a beautiful game, but nah.
You guys in the comment section, let us know, how do you feel about paying $90 for the bells and whistles, the cherry on top, for the enhanced version of Zelda Breath of the Wild? $70 for the game and $20 for the DLC.
Just keep in mind. Just keep in mind, for those that are going to comment, if you never played Breath of the Wild, then for you guys, I'll just say, if you never played Breath of the Wild, then maybe perhaps $80 to $90 might be worth it for you.
Okay,
people
I
who
thought you were going to say something else.
No. Trust me, I'm watching my tone when it comes to myself. But if you already have a copy of the game from Switch 1 and you already beat the game, just play the other one again. You already enjoyed it. Why spend extra money for whatever if you already have it? In my opinion, that's my opinion. But
bro, there's so many ways, there's so many avenues and so many games. One in particular comes up when it comes to buying the same game over and over. They didn't release it 1,000 times. Then an anniversary, the anniversary edition. Then a special edition, the special edition. But I'm not going to say what it is. Okay, so to continue on with Nintendo Switch 2 news, of course, because they just can't put this dumpster fire out when it comes to everything that's going on right now. Their camera. Now, you know that they're releasing a camera, like a compatible camera to go with the Switch 2, where you can see your friends and all, right? For the social aspect, right? Yeah. The craziest thing is that I was looking at IGN, and IGN is talking that the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, right? The official Nintendo Switch 2 camera is running at 1080p, right?
Okay.
But they also showed people the Piranha Plant camera. And that camera is running at 480. Oh, yeah, exactly. The official Nintendo Switch camera running at 1080p. The Piranha Plant camera is running at 480. So my question to you is, do you think that the Piranha Plant camera is a novelty item? Because it's not running at 1080p. It's running at 480.
Okay. One.
Wow, you had to Wusa?
I had to Wusa for a second. I was gonna say something. I was like, no, wait. Something I'm gonna say is gonna contradict how I really feel. Because right now, my intellectual thinking is overcoming my brute anger for greediness.
The greed is
okay.
high.
So I'm referring to. Come on, camera. My camera is acting up right now.
That's our fourth host. This camera. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm thinking back to what Eli BX Born said, where if you're gonna be playing on the actual Switch 2 handheld itself with the socials, with the camera connected, then you're gonna have the four, whether 1, 2, 3, or 4 people playing the same game with you on the same screen with the game above the little boxes of the social, just like how we have our thing set up right here. then 480p on a screen this small is going to look perfectly fine on that 1080p LCD, because it's going to be one picture here, one person here, a person here, a person here, a person here, and then the game above on the handheld on a 7.9-inch 1080p LCD, right? So if they're doing that at 480, they want that to be used for the social on the handheld version. I think anyway. I'm just assuming based off of the information, because why the hell in 2025 in this day and age would you make a 480p anything, right? Unless it's to save memory and gigahertz of the chip as it shows on the small screen. You know what I'm saying? And also, yes, novelty, of course. Oh, it's a cute little thing for the thing. Of course, novelty as well. But also, it's probably easily broken. And they're gonna want some little kids. I think it might be a little cheap. And it might break apart. 480p, they're not gonna protect that shit with some hard plastic. Cursing. Sorry. I saw the black camera. That's the 1080p camera.
The official camera is 1080p.
The official camera, I think that's going to be used for when it's in the console mode. So when it's set up in the console mode, you have the black camera, the black circle camera. So 1080p. So when you see it on your TV screen on a 4K, on a 4K TV screen. So when you see it on a 4K
for
TV
people
screen,
that's listening who don't know why I laughed so hard just now, his camera has a mind of its own. It just zoomed in on its face.
my webcam has what is it called? Hand gesture commands. So when I do a certain hand gestures and I speak with my hands, I'm sorry. Sometimes the camera comes in and out if you're listening to this on a regular podcast format.
Oh, boy.
I apologize. Anyway, so I think that's why that camera is 480p. Would I purchase it? No. 1080p
the collector
camera?
Guys are gonna get it. The people who are collectors and love the novelty of having the Piranha Plant is just for that alone they'll get it. Like you said, it's diabolical this day and age to have nothing past 1080p or nefarious. 1080p. Yeah, nefarious. The 480. What are you doing? That's dastardly. Okay, to have the camera be at that, and people are gonna buy the Piranha Plant one because they want to put that in it, and they want to have it next to their Switch. So to me, that's why I asked that question. Do you feel like this is going to be a novelty item or a collector's item? Because I feel like that's the purpose they made it for, because 1080p should have been the standard for that camera at the bare minimum for the Nintendo cameras.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have said 720, I would have been like, 480p is completely surprising. But that's the only reason why, just to have to have that little camera on, so that way when you're on the handheld, you can see images in those 4 little boxes of other people you're playing. And then 1080p is when it's console mode. That's the only way. That's the only logical thinking I can think of. I mean, also collectibles, yeah, fine.
Because it also reminds. I mean, the amiibos do have a purpose, when it comes to what they're able to do for the Nintendo Switch. Like, there's certain things that when you buy the amiibo, you get in-game items and in-game codes and all kind of stuff that comes along with the amiibos. So I understand that, because that, to me, for a long time, I was saying that to me, you get the little stuff off of it, and then what? To me, it's a novelty item. It's a little collector that you have in the house. It looks nice, and things like that. But like, for something like this, with the camera being at 480p compared to the official camera, which is 1080p, it's like it's lacking in a sense. And you know what I'm saying? To me, that, like you said, that's a peg down. 720 probably would have been like, I see you, but I don't see you. And who knows? Like you said, it's probably made with some probably bad plastic. It might break easily. Who knows? That might be the reason, like you said, that may be the reason why they probably didn't want to put that much power into that camera, knowing that this thing may get broke. You may be more happy to break a 1080 camera than a 480 camera than a 1080
They probably have some old Game Boy attachment cameras laying around.
Oh,
they're like,
boy,
let's just put them in these things and sell out the Switch too. Let's get our money back. Matter of fact, money. How much is? We don't know how much this thing is.
Listen, I didn't research. Once I saw that and IGN talked about that, I don't even look at the price.
We'll put it somewhere over here.
That's even if it's out, but if it is, we'll put it up.
If the information is out,
we'll put it up. If you're watching this, we'll have it up, and you'll see the price yourself for the Piranha camera and the regular camera if it's out there. But if you think that's bizarre, because I know you think it is, then you're gonna get a load of ChickenDog, and he is going to be right now as we speak in NYC, camping out the NYC Nintendo store. He wants to be the first person to get his hands on a Nintendo Switch 2.
What's up, guys? It's your boy ChickenDog, and this is day one for waiting for the Nintendo Switch 2 for 2 months.
For 2 months, he's going. Yeah, right now he's in NYC by the Nintendo store camping out. He's going to be doing that for the next 2 months, hoping to get his hands on a Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I thought, honestly, I'm going to give you my honest thought before I let you speak on it. I thought the dude was trolling. I thought he was somebody that's looking for clout. Even though his YouTube channel has gained a little bit more numbers, I looked at his X account, and I'm like, no, he really is a Nintendo fan. This is not just someone. I can understand that people may see it as him getting clout or chasing, and it may be, but it's not like he didn't have a channel that he was just talking about Nintendo stuff. This may be the wave he's riding to, get more of a following behind him, more eyes on him and stuff like that. So I can't knock him for that. But your man's is going to be there for 2 months waiting to get his hands on Nintendo. Look at your face. He's going to be waiting 2 months to get his hands on a Nintendo Switch. And I think 2 months is overkill. A week, a couple of days before 2 months, though, to me, that's overkill. What's your thought, or what's your take, rather, on ChickenDog camping out the New York City Nintendo headquarters to get their hands on Nintendo Switch 2?
Okay, so
damn, it's a lot of you're doing a lot of heavy breathing this episode.
it's because I have to think about it like from a particular perspective. Me personally, I would not do that. Like, all right, like I'm a gigantic Superman fan. Anyone who knows me knows I am like a Superman fanatic.
This is correct.
I am waiting for the next movie, even though I really wanted Henry Cavill to stay as Superman, but I'm giving the next Superman the chance because Superman is not an actor. Superman is a symbol, right? I have to give this dude respect, and I love his passion for the fact that he said, F this. I want this. I'm going to go do this. This is going to be a fun experience. And there's something I could talk about years from now. I did this. You might think it's stupid, but I had a good time, and it was worth it for me. And hopefully he stays safe because New York.
Yes, for real. Safe. And not only that, because he is right there by the Nintendo store in New York City. He's easy to find. Anything can happen to him. But at the same time, it also opens the door of a lot of social interactions with people who've seen him online. Because again, IGN did cover this. And because they covered it, and if you're a gamer and you're a fan, I'm probably pretty sure you saw IGN. You saw them cover about this guy. And if you're in the New York area, you probably might go down there and say, "Wait, what's up, ChickenDog?" You know what I'm saying? And it's a great way to interact with people and fans. And even though, like you said, to certain people, this may seem like a little bit over. To me, it's overkill. I'm sorry. I just believe it's a little too much. But at the same token, out of everything that's going on and surrounding Nintendo, he is basically saying, I'm a fan. I support them, and I'm going to be here. And whether it's for clout, whether he's trolling, I don't know, because the verdict has yet to be in, but he seems like a fan of this. But he's doing something. I mean, it's getting attention, and I think there's no such thing as bad publicity, they say, right? Whether look at us right now. We're talking literally about Nintendo Switch 2. You know what I'm saying? All the promotion in the world. Him standing outside.
About ChickenDog.
And we're checking about exactly. So he understands what's going on, and shout outs to him for what he's doing, whether you agree with
man.
it, whether you don't, but
Yeah,
shout
I
outs to
mean,
him. And again, no such thing as bad publicity, and kudos, my hats goes off to him. And
yeah.
like you said, stay safe out there and just be careful. To me personally, if I had to give my take on it, I think it's overkill. Now, here's the thing. What if ChickenDog inspires other people to come to New York and camp out with him, literally? He starts a whole, what if he starts a whole movement behind this?
He'll start a movement. If he does, it'll be a great party. Again, a great experience for him. He'll have something to talk about to his grandkids when he's older. If he has grandkids, because he must be probably playing Nintendo too much. But nah, like I said before, I have respect for his decision. If he does have this wave come across where people just are cheering him on and stuff, I mean, stuff like that's happened in the past for other reasons,
That's true.
Yeah, man, enjoy, live your life, do what you got to do to make your smile genuine. Do what you got to do. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, it's for a game. Go, man. Go enjoy yourself. Make sure you got toilet paper. Make sure you have water, soap.
He got to have some type of trailer or something out there. I don't think he's
he can't
be sitting
chair.
in a cot or ain't no chair, ain't no damn chair. They ain't make a chair in the world comfortable for you to sit for 2 months waiting on some game.
I mean, is he gonna be 2 months in the street in front of the store, or is he gonna be like, hey, a month and a half in a hotel? And then 2 weeks, he's going to be in front of us. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm going to do more research. I'm going to check out his channel because I did see one video with him just sitting outside. He had a group of people, a couple of guys with him and stuff like that. And they were by the Nintendo store. But here's the crazy thing. This is not his first time from going to his YouTube channel and looking through the thumbnails and stuff like that. He's actually been to the Nintendo. He might be a New Yorker. He was outside the Nintendo store a couple of times in the year 2024 and 2023, I believe so. So it's like, this is not his first rodeo going down there to the Nintendo store.
I've been down to the Nintendo store before when I used to live in New York, and I had a friend named Michael who worked there, and he was like a manager there.
Oh man, we ain't getting no Switches, man.
Oh, bro, this was like 10 years ago. So
okay.
It was a long time ago.
Well, Nintendo Switch was 8 years. It's been out for 8 years.
Yeah, but I talked to.
I could have got it. No, I could have got a discount.
Oh. I could have played Zelda.
Exactly. Oh my god.
ChickenDog, be safe, bro. Enjoy your life.
Be safe out there, ChickenDog. So he's a big supporter of Nintendo, right?
Yes.
Well, here's some other news. Switching over from the Nintendo news, we're going to be talking about Ubisoft. And it seems like they can't get enough of bad press.
I'm still playing AC Shadows.
Oh, man. And again, they can't get enough of bad press, but here's some more bad press for them. They were talking about that there's a lawsuit that's been filed in November of last year for the game The Crew. The racing car game, the Fast and Furious, Need for Speed type game. So they're being sued, and it's because of the game The Crew, and they're saying to the plaintiff, that this game is no longer in service for you. So why are you trying to sue us, pretty much? It says Ubisoft has an ongoing lawsuit which was filed back in November 2024 with issues around the racing game The Crew. Ubisoft insisting that gamers don't own their games, but rather you purchase the license to play the games. Okay, Ubisoft claimed that the statute of limitations for that game is up when they shut down in 2023. Now, Polygon reports that noted that the plaintiff filed an amendment complaint on March 18th. They argued that the activation code that was included in the packaging that doesn't expire rather until 2099. Right? Okay. That if it inspires 2099, then that means the whole game should be playable. Everything, all the features, because the activation code doesn't, expire until then. They also said that the currency used in the game could be considered a sale of a gift card, which isn't allowed to expire under California law, where the lawsuit was filed. So, what do you think of that? Like this whole entire court case? Because again, the game, the crew, and I believe what they're talking about is the live service part of this game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part I think a lot of live service games, they even tell you that, a live service game, most of those games deal with like some type of, they're connected to some type of server. You know what I mean? Servers cost money. So when the game is no longer being played by the masses anymore, there's no need for these companies to keep these servers up. But the game is tied to the server. So now, being a live service game that no longer has a server for you to play your game, the game shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy here is saying that, no, I had a code that said the activation for this expires in 2099. So I should have full access to the game. Now, I'm gonna let you get your take on it, but I'm gonna just say something real quick. In a live service game that deal with servers, I don't think the person understands it doesn't work like that. If the server is no longer up, you can no longer access certain features because that part or connection is no longer there. I do believe that live service games should have an offline mode, depending, because you can't do that with an MMO. MMO is a online service game that once the servers are shut down, if you ain't got a server to put it back up on, you can't play it offline, unless you make your own server. But other than that, it'll be hard to make like a single player offline thing for you to play with if it's tied to a server. So what are your thoughts on this case with Ubisoft and the guy showing pictures? That's what they said, according to Polygon.com, that they had pictures. He has pictures of the activation code for 2099. But then again, this is a live service game or features. What's your take on that?
Okay. Okay. So first of all, it depends. Okay. So if the game has a campaign, and I remember playing the game, but I don't remember if it has a separate campaign from the live service stuff. But if it has a campaign, then the game should still be activated for the players of any time to play the game, because that initial game has a beginning, middle, and end. It was created to be played, and boom, a campaign is there. Now, the live service stuff that you said is attached to the servers. If those servers are down, then yeah, game is done. It's a live multiplayer type of thing. I mean, they've shut down entire systems like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. You can no longer play online unless there's a separate server up that's supporting those particular games you want to play. But a lot of those games had campaigns that are still active that you can play in an emulator. You can play in some sort of purchasing form off of some website and actually play the campaign. But anything that was live service is kaput, is done. So with him having activation code means 0. Activation code means you activated the game, but that doesn't mean that you own the game. You are allowed permission with this special code to get into the server to use the game. Now, with that being said, yes, as a gamer, it sucks. Because if that's the game I really love, I want to keep playing it or go back to it whenever I want from time to time, which is why physical media should still exist and not have everything digital, even though digital is much easier and everything like that. So if that activation code is a one-time purchase, you purchased it, it's going to last a certain amount of time, and you're going to have it to 2023, and then they shut it down, then the campaign, if they have a campaign, should still be yours and somewhere to be downloaded again from at all times, because you purchased it, you paid for it, that's yours. The live service stuff should have something in some amendment somewhere in the contract saying that you have this to a certain time period. The 2099 aspect of it means you can unlock the game for as long as until 2099, as long as the game is up. If the game is not up, activation code is useless. But I think he's gonna if it's only one person fighting, he's gonna lose. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be against the guy.
No, it's just your take on how you see it.
I hope what they do is they will allow him to, or they'll send him they'll send him a personal server to be like, hey, listen, here, you play your game. You can be by yourself though.
No, they're not. That's wishful thinking, but they're not.
Wishful thinking.
Ubisoft is not sending nobody no personal server.
I'm trying to be more positive here.
I'm trying to be positive. I think that the when you have a game like that, and you're talking about like the activation code for $20.99, I think that was probably that had to be misplaced. There had to be somebody fumbled the bag on that one, and I could see why he would try to use that as something to stand on, because it's like, why would this say $20.99 in the packaging if the service wasn't going to go beyond? I mean, further out. But I think that a lot of people need to be aware when they buy any game that's tied to a live service. You should understand that at any time, because if they're not making money on that game, right, that game is not going to survive a long period of time. And let's be real, all games have a sundown. You know what I'm saying? All games that's live service have a sundown. If you have a physical copy of a game that's in your home, there is no sundown. The only sundown is whenever you feel like not playing it no more. But if the companies aren't making money, you got to understand, a live service game will shut down. It's just eventual. It's gonna happen. Good.
There was a game a couple years ago. I really got into the game. It's called Evolve. It was a game where
good game.
You played one or two things. You either played the four people, which one is being the heavy gunner, a medic, a rifleman, and a bombardier and stuff like that, or something like that, something along those lines. And then or you can play the monster. The game did okay, but it didn't blow up. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a huge game or anything like that, but it was a solid, fun game, and it had some great monster designs and it had some great stuff. I remember I played this game a lot, and then one day I tried to go online and from now on, we'll not be online. Do the service. Man. And I was like, when is this coming back? And I would try to find out like when it's coming back, whatever. I'm thinking just down for like maintenance, or they're updating stuff or whatever, or adding, or maybe part 2 is gonna come out soon. Nope. Game's dead. Just dead. And I was so disappointed. I still have it like on PS4, a backlog, and I think I don't have it for PC because you can't even buy it. I don't think. I'll check later, but I don't think. And the thing is that live service, they ended the freaking. It's a dead service. There's nothing to do.
Dead services. We gotta make now. We gotta make a T-shirt with that dead service.
There you go. We got a T-shirt ID. Megabit Misfits. Dead service.
Dead service.
It's coming soon to a store.
Oh man. Yeah. It's live service games. You gotta. I was reading the comment section.
Dead service games.
Yeah, that sounds funny, right? I was reading the comment section about it, and people were saying, they gotta be more aware of live service games, because that's what they're gonna. I believe in the court case for this, I think the person is going to lose, only because live service games. How can Ubisoft, and I'm not trying to defend them in any type of way, but how can they defend one person playing the game or a couple? They're gonna keep a server up for like 8 people, like. And the server costs and maintenance fee and all that costs a hell of a lot more than 8 people playing. So that's kind of hard to do. I think NBA 2K was in a similar situation where they went to court. And I don't know if they're going to bring that up in the lawsuit if it happens, about how NBA 2K were, people were buying VC, which is a virtual currency in that game. And the virtual currency, once the server shut down, it's so you spent all of this money, you know, bought the game at the price it was, probably $60, $70, whatever. Then you bought an additional, you know, that microtransaction stuff. Microtransactions came in and he finessed them for the money, you know, and basically moonwalked away with all your money. And the game, you can't even go online no more because they want you to buy the game for next year, the NBA 2K, whatever. And now you got to do the same thing all over again. Buy the game, hit the microtransactions on it, and the stuff from last year don't carry over. So you basically paid money to what? Dead service.
You paid money to support a dead service. Yeah. One of the most disappointing live service games that you can play. And I bought the game, and you should know right now what game I'm going to talk about because I told you I paid $4 for it. Main loss there is a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
As they should, because that game is trash, but okay.
And I'm gonna give it a chance because I bought it for like $4. I'm gonna give it a chance. After like 30 minutes, I was like, wow, I wasted $4. And people paid $70 for this game. And they're playing like I'm gonna keep playing this game because I have to make my money back. I have to get my money's worth. and then I think the live service for this game is still up.
I got one more question to deal with games of this nature or things of this nature rather. What do you think of companies telling fans that you don't own your games that you purchase? I know something was going on with Steam at one point where they were telling like, yo, y'all technically really don't own these games. Like, what's your overall feel about that in general? Because I'm gonna give you my take on it, and then you can comment. I'm just threw the question out to you and give you time to ponder on it. I don't think that's nice. A live service game is one. I get it because the servers, they gotta, you know, it is what it is. They shut down. They're not gonna keep the server. As much as I may love a game, I know they're not gonna keep the server up for me. I understand that because they got to make their money. But if you're telling me that I purchase a game, whether it be digital or physical, and it's not connected to no type of live service or anything, and I don't own that game, nah. Or if I pay for anything, who buys something and then they say you don't own it? Then why use the word buy? Why not use the word license? You see the semantics in the language, because buy means to own and purchase. You know what I'm saying? But then you telling me that I don't really own it. So now you're using that house sales stuff. Like you bought the house, but technically you really don't own it. You know what I mean? So what's your take on companies telling people who own games that they don't really own the games they purchase?
Overall, I think it's the modern way of being a thief. Because if you go to your job, you earn your money, they pay you your money, you choose what you spend your money on, and this happens to be something like this, then they tell you you don't really own it. Okay, then give me my money back when you take it away. Where's my refund? Because you don't own my money either. It's legal tender, so I earned it, so give it back to me. So if they're gonna come at you with oh, you just rented this license, you rented it for whatever,
that's what it feels 30. Like they're trying to tell us, like we're renting the games at an astronomical price, right?
The thing is, if you rent something, then you know there's going to be more payments down the line, right? Because like if you purchasing something is a contract, people make ink contracts or digital contracts every single day whenever they purchase something. That money that you're transferring over to somebody or another company is you proving, hey, I like your product, I want to support your product, here's the money to support your company to continue making this product and add to it. I'm going to take this version of the product and use it to the best of my ability or however I wish, because I own this part of your company now. You know what I mean? So for example, Switch 2, Switch 1, any handheld console, any whatever, you purchase it because you're going to use it for your personal lifestyle. If all of a sudden somebody came up in a suit and said, "Hey, I'm from Nintendo. Your $500 on this is up. Give me the Switch back. It's done." Be like, what the? Like that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, but they're doing it behind digital curtains.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
the agreements that we all every time because let's be honest here.
Wasn't this where the Boston Tea Party happened
Bro,
in history?
Taxes
Taxes and all that.
You going somewhere?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I went into history class, so I apologize.
Yeah. So my thing is this: when we buy games, and let's be honest here, I'll be the first one. I'll put my hand up and say this. I'll be the first one in a minute. I don't read that damn whatchamacallit, the terms of service and all. I press the buttons because I feel like as long as I'm not doing nothing wild or crazy with this game, you know what I'm saying? Like using it to, get on the microphone and talk crazy to people or reckless or discriminate or all kind of, things that they wouldn't allow for any game. I don't read none of that because it's for me. It's my own personal stuff. I'm not reading that. But who knows? Maybe somewhere in there it tells you by pressing and clicking this button, you understand you do not own this game. At any given time, we can take this game away from you, take it off of Steam or from wherever, or just stop. It'll just stop working one day. That's on you.
You only have 7 years with your liver left. Enjoy the game.
Oh my gosh. Do not read that at all. They could be getting everybody, I got a thing about Disney that I wanted to say, but it's like I'll leave that for another day.
You wake up you wake up in a freaking in a bathtub full of ice, and you're like, what? Where's my kidney?
Yeah.
Where's my kidney?
You press that button.
Nintendo got you. Ubisoft got you.
But real quick, I'm gonna just say since whatever we already on the topic, and we're going to get to the next thing in a sec. Is that reminds me of what Disney did? You heard about what happened with Disney, where someone sued Disney, and Disney told them that you couldn't sue us because according to your Disney Plus subscription, you can't sue us.
That
wow. That's diabolical work right there. That is diabolical.
That was Mickey.
That was Disney.
I'm saying that was Mickey Mouse.
What?
With just like his gangster attitude. He's like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you guys.
All right. So we got Palword.
Yeah.
You know about Palword, right? Palword, great game. Probably one of the sleeper hits that dropped.
Pokemon with guns.
They don't like that. According to the IGN report, they do not like that at all. According to Pocket Pair Communications Director and publishing manager, according to Pocket, we're gonna keep that. According to Pocket Pair Communications Director and Publishing Manager John Buckley, okay? Pokemon with Guns was never intended to be a takeaway. In fact, he says that Pocket Pair largely doesn't love the moniker. He said this is in a talk at the Game Developers Conference last month when they discussed the initial rise in fame of Palword in 2021. So the thing that got them a lot of attention because that was, and I think fans did. Yeah, it was the fans. Fans did that. Fans called this game even before it was released. They've been calling this game Pokemon with Guns. They've been saying that. And when it came out, and I think that was the allure to the game. Believe it or not, that was kind of the makeup of the game. You know what I'm saying? Which got a lot of people talking.
That was the best marketing period for that game.
Yeah, exactly. It was free. It's free. Pokemon with Guns. And that's all. And that's pretty much what everybody needed to see and hear. Because what I mean by see, because when you watch the trailers, there's no way that doesn't pop up in your mind. So my thing to you, that I'm throwing it to you now, is what do you think about the people at Pocket Pair who makes the Palword game, who, by the way, they are partnered up with Sony. Just want to put that out there. How do you feel about them not liking being called Pokemon with guns. Now, as always, this episode, I'm gonna give my take and I'm gonna swing it over to you. My take with this is that I believe that they don't want to be, especially after that lawsuit that they had with Pokemon, the Pokemon company, because of how they patented how you can't put a creature in a ball. Ooh, you know what I mean? So I don't think they want anything associated with Pokemon. Like, they don't even want that word. I think that's what really gets them. I don't think it's more so Pokemon with guns that bothers them. It's the fact that they are being in that sentence or in that conversation labeled as something akin to Pokemon. Because Pokemon, make sure everybody understands this who knows, Pokemon does not own the capture creature genre, because that's what it is. It's capture creatures. Okay. They don't own that, but they are the face of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you think of catching an animal or whatever, and something, the first thing that pops in your mind is Pokemon, because they're the face of it. So anything that does that gets associated with them. Digimon, Monster Rancher, like all of those things get bundled up in that Pokemon ball. So to be called Pokemon with guns, I think it rubs them the wrong way, because it still has Pokemon in there. So what's your take on them not liking the very moniker that got so much wide acclaim and the way people would say and mention this game? What is your take on that?
You know, I'm gonna invoke one of our
Article 66.
I'm gonna invoke one of our new segment ideas right here. I'm gonna need a 2-minute tantrum on this.
Oh snap! Are you gonna do it for the first time?
We're gonna do the very first.
We're gonna vary the very first 2-minute tantrum. All right, go.
Okay, so real quick, 2-minute tantrum. You already got what it was gonna be. I'm gonna isolate this real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, so on Palword, and they're bitching about the whole Pokemon with guns things. Guess what? This is gonna be R-rated. I'm sorry. Take that out if you want, or for the simple fact that you used and designed a video game based off a popular asset that already existed for like 20 years. You redesigned it to make it a video game, and then you have similar designs to the Pokemon that freaking. I'm not even a Pokemon fan. I'm not even into the Pokemon games, and yet they designed freaking characters. Bleep that, please. Just like the other characters from the Pokemon popular series. So you used the likeness and the aesthetic and the feel of this property that was already a success to create your property with some different, one of them mainly being guns. Okay, and people loved it. You got free publicity, free marketing, and you had a successful game where you made a ton of money off of, and you people are bitching because you got supported. You're bitching because you got to pay your bills. You're bitching because you had a successful product. Guess what? People at Palword, oh no. Go cry in your millions of dollars and yourselves. I said my piece already. So like we all have our curvy screens, curvy displays, our 50-inch screens, our telephones.
My cellular phone, man. My cellular phone.
And then a lot of people came out Google Glass and Google Glasses and
yes.
What was the other one? That was a popular app with like a ghost and a yellow box around it. I forgot that was Snapchat. It was Snapchat.
Snapchat. Yeah.
They had Snapchat glasses.
They had Snapchat glasses?
Yes.
For real?
And actually Snapchat glasses are still around in the same space of the product I'm about to talk about now.
Okay, yeah. Let them know what it is.
This one looks a lot better. It's called the Viture Pro XR/AR glasses. Okay, so these things, I've looked into these things a couple of times. I've read a couple articles on them, and I am so interested in buying one of these things. They're at a price point where it's a little bit too high for me, but I'm gonna get them anyway because I'm gonna like save up for it. But it's not maybe for Christmas, like or whatever. When I do get them, I'll make a video about them just for you guys. So the Viture, have you heard of them? First of all, Viture Pro XR or Viture Pro AR.
Man, the last time that I heard about it, I'm not gonna lie, is when you had sent it through our little app that we keep communicating with, and that was about it. But before that, prior to that, knew nothing of it. The only thing when I first saw the article when you posted it, the first thing I thought of was the Oculus, where you put it on across your face and it puts you in that world and stuff like that, which I thought is pretty dope. So now you're saying this is dealing with the glasses stuff,
right? So just like the Oculus, just like well, there's several different versions of this. So the Oculus, right? Since you mentioned that one, it's a whole like headset piece that you put on that has sensors and then you can hear stuff and whatever. But the only thing is that it looks like you're putting on a partial helmet and you can't see outside. You just see inside has a screen and you see the whatever video game you're playing inside right by your eyeball, and you see it in great resolution, like you're watching a huge TV screen. So what the glasses does is that one, they're a lot smaller. And we'll see if we get some video and some images or whatever and cut them in here. They're a lot smaller, a lot more fine-tuned. They look more like regular shades, but you could tell they're a little bit bulkier. They're more design conscious. They look really nice. Okay. So what these things do is they have everything built into the actual like arms of the glasses and around the screen and everything. So that all this is set up to be 2 large TV screens that go up to 100, and they when you have them on, they project what looks like to be 135-inch high definition screen. But not only that, you can also connect it to your Steam Deck. You can also connect it to your Switch. You can also connect it most likely to your Switch 2, because Switch 2 has a USB-C connection. So you can connect it to anything that has a USB-C and watch high-definition movies, play your favorite PC games, play your favorite Android games. Yes, it works with Apple. It also works with Macs. It works with your Windows PC. It works with the main units you use on everyday life.
Because let me ask this question. What you see, there's nothing displayed like how my glasses are like.
No,
on this, it will be clear.
That's a cool feature, right? So in the very first pair of the Viture, the Viture, excuse me, Biture, Viture, the very first editions, you had to put a plastic shield, a magnetic shield over it, and it had some weird graphics, so you couldn't see through it, and nobody could see into what you were seeing. Like if they got close, they could see what you were watching, but from an invert point of view.
Right.
So with these, the Viture Pro, the glasses tint black, so they're like a dark gray when they're off, so you can still see through. And then they tint, or you can still use them with the tint off. So that way, if you're working, right, you have one screen here, you can actually focus your vision on the screen or focus your vision past the screen to what's behind on the other side. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a translucent thing.
They can't see.
They could at that point they could see in if they look close enough. But the thing is, if you want, you hit a button and they go black and they can't see anything. It's called 99.9% privacy screen.
They're gonna be out here wilding with the screens, bro. They're gonna be on that. Man. They're gonna be on that hub. I'm telling you, they're gonna be on that.
My main thing about this is that imagine you just laying down and you play your video games from your Switch or from your Steam Deck, and you're playing games from the cloud instead of you sitting in your chair and maybe cracking your back and whatever, blah, 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 or getting a freaking rash on your ass because you're sitting down so long.
The feature of like, because there's been times I've laid in my bed and, you know, the constant having to look to the side and stuff like that, it messes with my back a little bit. So it's like, I would love to just, you know, if I had my TV screen on my ceiling, that'd be dope, but then it might fall in the night and kill me. So I don't want that. So it's like having those glasses on and be able to just lay in comfortably in your bed, no matter which position that you're in, or even when you're going to bed and you're laying on the side, you know, so you got some side sleepers and you get to watch TV on your side or play your game on the side and come to listen. I don't know. This may make us a lot more lazy than we already are as people.
Well, the thing is that this was developed for people who travel a lot, and the thing is that it's not just for video games and movies
right.
and productivity.
That, yeah.
You can, like I said, if you're editing a video, you can edit on the fly. You can edit. Oh, I got to use the bathroom. I can't be near my computer because I gotta go use the bathroom. Oh, sit in the toilet. You're freaking editing.
Yo, listen.
However you want.
Yo, listen. People are already going crazy right now with their phones. Like going to the bathroom and your phone is synonymous now. It's like you passing the time just going off on your phone.
It's just like when people used to go take a shit and they read a newspaper.
Read newspaper, yes, that was the thing.
Right, so,
you used to keep magazines in the bathroom and newspapers in the bathroom because you're gonna be a while and you ain't grabbing the Snickers. You grabbing a newspaper or something, okay? Yeah. So you might be making the Snickers, but you ain't grabbing one.
You dropping some Snickers.
You know. So let me ask this question to bring it back to the glasses. How much is it gonna run? How much are people looking to spend on these specs?
These guys are running $399 right now.
$399 for these glasses.
$399 for these.
Okay.
Real quick, it runs at 120 hertz, the refresh rate of the screens.
Right.
They're at a 4,000 nit brightness. One main feature. Oh, this is the one of the features I really wanted to talk about. You can, even if you're nearsighted or farsighted, it doesn't matter. You can wear these without your glasses because what they have is they have a myopter changing ring on both lenses. So what that is what your optometrist does to control the lens that you have on your personal glasses for your distance of seeing clearly far or near. So this guy has it directly on the thing so you can control it. So when you have your screen up on the glasses, you control where the clarity is. So it lines up with the distance for your personal eyes. It works for like 95% of people. There's a couple people that have really bad eyes that's not going to work for. They have 4 different sets of movable nose clamps for the glasses that you can pop off. Try on the next one.
Wow.
Oh, doesn't work? Clip. So they have 4. So they have 4 thin noses, medium noses, and fatter noses. And then those are, and then another one that's like a universal one. But take any one of them and you can kind of manipulate it a little bit. So that way it's more comfortable. By the way, the battery life is approximately 4 hours of video playback.
Okay, so we got that.
And you can charge it with the neckband, and it can go further. It can go longer than that.
Oh, that's right. They do have the neckband charges, the neck around your neck that you have. Oh, okay.
And then you can connect it to a power outlet using your USB-C cable compatible. So and it has fast charging. So
okay. Right now, that might be a better purchase than getting the Switch 2 right now. You know what I'm saying? But
it's like you and me. We're thinking the same thing. Jeez.
Whatever.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Please follow us on all our socials. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook, Blue Sky, X. We're pretty much everywhere. Watch, like, subscribe, share. Tell your friends and family.
Hit that comment section.
Yes,
I want to see
please
comments.
Hit that comment section. And what is our saying again? We gotta
listen. Whether you like it
or whether you hate it,
play the games that you enjoy.